on. What's up? Yeah.
Friday night. It's Friday night live. It's Friday night.
Yeah.
It's Friday night with Cat Carter. It's Friday night. It's Friday night.
Yeah.
It's Friday night.
What?
It's Friday night
Come
with
on.
Cat Carter. It's Friday night. It's Friday night live. It's Friday night.
What's up?
It's Friday night with Cat Carter. It's Friday night.
Come on.
It's Friday night. It's Friday night live. It's Friday night with Cat Carter. With Cat Carter.
Come on.
With Cat Carter. With Cat Carter.
Yeah.
With Cat Carter.
Hey, welcome to Friday Night Live with Cat Carter. I am unfortunately not Cat Carter. I am Cheryl Jewell, the media director. Our beloved host, Dr. Cat Carter, is under the weather, and so I am pulling in the reins today, and we are going to get this show on the road. I hope you guys are ready. Let's see. Rising star guitarist LEMEK is a trippin' and rhythm recording artist and contemporary instrumental smooth jazz charting soloist with a combined 10 weeks at Billboard #1. Currently, a Billboard Top 10 end-of-the-year chart holder, LEMEK has amassed nearly 2 million Spotify streams and counting with songs from his debut CD titled Emergence. Local to the New Orleans metro area, LEMEK is uniquely unapologetic artist with unlimited artistic creativity to share in his fruitful journey in instrumental music. Please welcome back to FNL. Are you guys ready for this? International recording artist, LEMEK.
What's good? What's good? It's great to be back. We back in here. What's up?
Yes, we are. How are you?
I'm great. This is what is this? Year 3 we're going on?
Yes.
Either year 3 or 4, one of the two. Close enough, right?
Yeah, we started in COVID, so
yeah,
it's been a little bit.
Oh my goodness, this has been great. It's always great to be here and feel the vibes. And I know Kat's a little out and under the weather, but we here and she here in spirit. And I just want to say I love her. And I love everybody in FNL, and I love you, Cheryl, because it's going to be sweet.
Well, we're always so glad to have you here. So glad to have you back.
Yeah, for sure.
Ooh, ouch.
Yeah,
ouch. Sorry about that.
It ain't the cat this time, eh?
No. It's just me, my old clumsy self.
I'm with you.
All right, let's get this show on the road. Our first question: what first pulled you towards the guitar, and when did jazz enter the picture?
Ooh, great question. So, what pulled me towards the guitar? All right, so I'll start with the second half first. So, jazz was always a part of the picture because of my dad. So he is a smooth jazz saxophone player. I'm sure people that have seen me, you know who he is, or have seen his heard this story, but he's the one who got me on that path. So jazz was like the first genre or sound of music I ever heard. So I would listen to whatever you would play in the backseat of the car, and he'll play like Ronnie Laws, Grover Washington, you know, all that kind of stuff. And then you know, eventually I think around the age of 2 he started me off on drums. He got me a drum kit to start off my musical journey. And once I did that for a while, we moved here to Louisiana, and then he had to make room for his home studio, and he decided that my drum kit was getting in the way of that, so he packed that up, and that was a wrap. Never played drums again. So around 5, a friend of his came and gave me a guitar. It was an acoustic guitar. His name was Albert Davis. And once he gave me that, I took to it. It was like love at first touch. And I've been playing ever since, essentially. So jazz was always a deal that was like something that was around me and I was involved with. I didn't get into other genres till later, but it was like Inception. That was always a path for me.
Right on, right on, right on. Was there a moment when you realized music might become your career?
Yeah. And so going through, of course, as a kid, I'm surrounded by music. I love it, but I don't know as a kid, you don't know what you're gonna do with your life, right?
Mhm.
So, you know, eventually I got to the point around I think like 13, 14. I remember the moment I decided music was going to be like the career path. I was gonna find something in music. And funny enough, it was when I was outside cutting grass. I was cutting grass, mowing the lawn, and I remember I was just every time I'm doing something like that, I'm either listening to music or just deep in thought because this just turn your brain off when you do it, right? But
Mhm.
I really like thought about it and I was like, you know what? I don't know, whatever it is, I'm going to do music somehow. Like somehow it's gonna work. And so my initial I guess path I was thinking of was going to music school, which I really wanted to do. So I wanted to go to school to become either a film composer or like a video game composer, like something along those lines. Um, Eventually, I kind of thought about going to the Atlanta Institute of Music and Media, which is in Atlanta. And
Okay.
I actually ended up going to an open house for them and kind of, checking it out, seeing what like college is like, right? Um, but eventually what it was kind of like my only real into that was like, oh well, I already play guitar, so I might as well just keep doing that, right? And eventually I'll have like some type of end to be able to eventually do composing and film scoring and stuff like that. But eventually it never ended up actually panning out that way. Like I went in and then just my dad gave me some great advice and he was like, listen, you've already at this point when I decided that I was considering music school, he was like, dude, just keep on the path. You've already taught yourself this instrument. You can teach anything. You can teach
Mm.
yourself anything that would teach you there. So like just learn whatever you need to learn on your own and you already got the path. He's got the guidebook. He's gone to music school and he was able to really be that guidance that I could have needed that I was probably seeking from, going to actual music school. But to answer the question, yeah, it was when I was cutting grass one day when I was 14 is when I decided.
Wow.
I was like, yeah, you know what? I'm not doing a regular job. 9 to 5 ain't for me. I got to do music somehow.
It's like manual labor, working with people's.
Yeah, I ended up doing it. I worked at the airport for like a couple years, and that was my foray into actually having a job, and I'm good at it. I was a great employee, and they missed me, but I was like, nope, not doing it.
Mhm.
Can't do it.
Mhm.
Not for me.
I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. It's
Mhm.
really, really good that you had those
Mhm.
little nuggets from your father
Yeah.
that kept you on a path to blossom into what you are today.
Well,
It's
it's
really, really
important. I mean, that's what dads are for, right? Like,
Mhm.
you mean, my deal is I've always lived my life is try not to have to learn everything by firsthand experience, especially if I have people that are around me that's already been there, done that. Um, I'd be foolish to not listen to their advice because I mean, why bear the scars if you don't have to, right? Um,
Ooh.
still have to you still have to do things yourself and go through your own journey. That's important as well. But that's a resource that I was born into that I have that I know not many people have, and so I'd be a fool to not try and at least lean a little bit into that. So it's great. And speaking of, look who it is. What's up, Pops?
That's real, y'all. For real. That is for real.
Mhm.
All right. Let's see here. Who were the early players that shaped your sound the most?
Ooh boy. Um, honestly, that's a great question because it's so many people. But the thing is that I don't know if I can point to any one of them. I'm kind of like a hodgepodge of like multiple different influences. The first one was Stanley Jordan. Um, my dad actually sat me down one time with a cassette player, but a tape player. When I first got my guitar, I was like, hey, if you're gonna learn guitar, this is the player that you need to learn. Like you need to listen to. And I got so frustrated because I'm like, dude, how the heck you're not, dude, there's no kid that's going to be able to play Stanley Jordan on the first one. So I remember getting so frustrated with listening to him. But later in life, I would look back and I'm like, dude, that was a huge core memory because, as far as the jazz realm, I ended up shaping a lot of my tone around him, like my sound, as far as like, how my guitar sound is conveyed. But a couple other influences as well, like Charlie Parra from like the rock space is a huge influence on my playing.
Okay.
Another guy I would even say, I wouldn't say so much as like people say Wes Montgomery, but I don't really hear it in my playing, but that's what I've been told. But he is a big influence, but I can't really point to him specifically as like a anchor to my sound. But Charlie Parra and Stanley Jordan are the two that I can really point to and be like, yeah, I have in ways really like, yeah, I took some pieces from them. I'll throw in Aaron Marshall as well as another big influence.
Ooh. Okay. I see what you're rolling with.
And then back in the day, I used to listen to a lot of Michael Jackson, and so like the rock guys, that's really what I would hear. So EVH, Eddie Van Halen, of course. Yeah, that Beat It solo still reigns in my head like all the time. Like,
of course,
it's
like
one of the iconic solos ever. So like you imagine hearing a 10-year-old hearing that, it's like, oh yeah, I want to do that. That sounds
like
sounds epic.
Right, that's cool right there.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's see. Did you start with jazz or come to it after playing other genres?
Ooh, that's a good one. So, based on the story I've told, I've said jazz was always a part of me from the inception, right? But I didn't actually play jazz. Excuse me. I didn't actually play jazz first. Like when I was learning my instrument, I was like solely in the rock vibe, like just like learning like shred solos, like some of the Paul Gilbert kind of solos and stuff like that. And then a lot of neoclassical stuff from Japan, like that kind of space is more like the shreddy vibes. But eventually, around like 2017, 2018, I started, once I got the chops up, then I started branching over to many different genres. So then I kind of started with jazz fusion, like learning a lot of my favorite jazz fusion bands from Japan, and just really practicing and build my skills there. And then inevitably that led me back into the jazz vibe. Right. And so I kind of transitioned, man, because I don't consider myself a jazz player. I go by guitarist LEMEK, right? But everything needs a label nowadays. So, people call me, I'm like a smooth jazz guitarist, but really my background is like shred or like jazz fusion, if anything. That was my home for a while. So coming back into like, what we call contemporary jazz is kind of a recent development in the last 4 years, which I'm thankful for because I've just been welcomed like family into it. So it's very nice to see how it's evolved over the last few years, because I know that considering my background from where I came from, that actually makes me stand out more from the crowd, considering, because a lot of people in the space, they are more so like, yeah, jazz is it. That's what they live and breathe. It's been that since the inception, but I was kind of coming from a different space and transition back, quote unquote, into the space, and kind of made a name for myself. So it's really good. It's a positive experience, and I really enjoy being, where I'm at and seeing the response to it, because I've made so many new friends here, and it feels so good to be able to, have a unique stamp and leave something that's, a little bit different than the rest.
Something that's tangible that is going to.
Yeah, because nobody's going to sound, everybody has their unique essence that nobody can replicate, and that's based on their experience. Like when you hear any type of piece of media or a movie or piece of music and stuff like that is if it's written and it's coming from somebody that's has a very sincere place, you feel it because that's their essence. Nobody else can recreate that. It's impossible because that's something that they were given to be able to share with somebody else. And I think thankfully I've done a pretty decent job so far of it.
Right on. No, I would say that I think me and my mom would both agree that you've done a pretty good job of it so
Y'all
far.
biased though.
Maybe just a little bit.
Yeah, y'all family, so y'all biased. I know.
Oh gosh. Let's see. What was the hardest part of learning jazz guitar in the beginning?
Oh boy, chord changes.
Mm-hmm.
Chord changes. Jazz is a lot of them. There's a lot of inversions. There's a lot of alternate chords as well. Um, Typically in other genres, some of the I guess I wouldn't call them cons, like pros and cons. I wouldn't call them cons, but it's very formulaic and very predictable.
Mm.
Um, if you're learning actual jazz, like nothing is predictable. Everything is it's it's improv and it's very raw. So if you kind of listen to different genres and stuff like that, other ones are very straightforward. And our genre tech for the most part is very straightforward. But if you're talking about like actual like, you know, jazz players, like from what you would think about traditional jazz and stuff like that, yeah, that's difficult.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably the hardest thing to do. And then also I would also say something that I've actually really been practicing on my own is chord melody, which is essentially for those who don't know what that is, it's for a guitarist is being able to play the chords to a given either chord progression or a song, but also play the melody along with it, so where it can sound like you're accompanied by yourself.
Mm.
That's a very difficult thing to do, and it's something that I've always wanted to. So for the last like 3 months, I've been really practicing that and like emphasizing it. Because if you listen to like a classical piano player, it sounds like three people playing a piano, right? You can have the arpeggios doing one run, then you also have like the melody, but then it sounds full, right? It sounds like a full piece. You can do that on a guitar, albeit it's probably way more difficult. But a lot of jazz players rely on that, like chord melody. You can play autumn leaves and play the chords with the melody, and I think it's kind of like a staple where I think many audience members probably won't understand that aspect of it, but regardless, like as a musician, like if you know that you can do that yourself, then that really gives a nice little confidence boost,
That's another notch in your hat.
Yeah, it's because you always got to evolve, you got to learn stuff. I think I made it to where I don't feel challenged enough about, like, you go through like brackets, right? You conquer this part of your life. So I made it. I've got success on radio, and I've got number ones and stuff like that. What's the next challenge for me? So I'm like, okay, how do I progress on my instrument? Because I'm not the best guitar player at all. There are many people way better than me. In fact, I just saw a video on Instagram. They have like this facility in China, and it's like boot camp for like 5-year-old guitarists, and there's a row of them, and they're like just shredding like that. What took them 5 years to do took me 10 years to learn, and they're literally 5 from. So it's like seeing that, I'm like, okay, I got to get practicing, man. Like I got work to do, but it's still great though to kind of get on that next challenge and see what else is in store, and see the guitarist 5 years from now, kind of get a glimpse at them, and then 5 years I can look back and be like, oh yeah, this is the progress I've made.
Yeah, because the game is always changing, constantly evolving.
Yeah, we've got to adapt, and we've got to evolve, and I'm the kind of guy, it's just like, I don't look at it, I don't get mad, I don't get upset with it. I actually really enjoy playing guitar because it's fun. Like, always challenging myself to play something that I know I cannot play is the one way I've gotten to where I am. And that's another thing. I don't know how many other musicians may be listening or run into this, but you write stuff that you can't play yet, but then it's so cool, you elevate yourself by trying to force yourself to learn how to play it.
Mm.
Done that the entirety of my career. And I end up hating myself for it because then you got to play it live. And I'm like, okay, why the heck did I write this? Just causing more work for yourself, man.
Yeah, man. Speaking of playing the guitar, let's listen to one of your pieces. Let's go with Say What. Tell us about this project and what you want the audience to feel or experience when they hear it.
Cool. So yeah, Say What. It's funny. It's about a year ago. I teased this on the last Friday Night Live that I was a part of because it was on the way out. Then this is a part of my second album called Boundless. This was the first single release, and this one's a undeniably funky track, and it takes a little bit of elements from a lot of James Brown inspired horn section riffs and licks, and it's a very fun song to play. And this one was co-wrote by of course, great friend of mine and great producer Chris Big Dog Davis. He wrote this one for me because he's like, man, you got to have like a song that's a staple live that is just undeniably killer, and I just enjoy playing this one. So you guys are gonna enjoy it, man. Have fun. This is Say What.
All right, here you go. This is LEMEK, Say What.
All right, that first song was the title track of my new album called Boundless. But we're gonna take it to the first single that released earlier this year in April. This one is called Say What. And I need everybody to go ahead and do something favor. Go ahead and say what?
Whoa. Oh my gosh.
Got a little energy, right?
Can I say that outfit?
Yeah, a
You
little,
better work.
yeah, a little much. Huh?
You better work.
Hey, hey,
Every part of
listen.
you was sparkling, and I loved every minute of
Hey,
it.
ain't no excuse. You can't see me coming from a mile away. I don't know what's wrong with
Nah,
y'all.
nah, nah, nah. You don't need nobody trying to hit you in the road, nothing like that. I'm
Yeah.
sparkling. I'm shining bright like a diamond.
Oh yes, ma'am. Yeah, that would say what, and that's one of my favorite songs to do live. It's got great energy, and it's just fun. It's just a
Mhm.
fun tune.
That was definitely a toe tap. Me and mom were over here just dancing.
Mhm. Yes.
All right, let's see. Let's get back into these questions.
Mm,
All
loving them.
right.
Killing them with the questions so far. Loving this.
Yeah. The infamous DJ, Dr. DJ Cat made
Mhm.
these questions. All right. Which guitarist most influenced your playing, and how do those influences show up in your music today?
Oh gosh, most influence in my playing. Probably have to go back to Charlie Para because I find myself using a lot of his licks. Kind of like in- more recently. He's the one who kind of really made me want to practice and like get like the arpeggios and stuff like that going in my playing.
Mm.
I find myself kind of using that a lot. Um, I would say if I had to ask somebody, I don't know who else I could really lean on other than maybe Stevie Ray Vaughan, of course. Uh,
Ooh.
yeah, that's the only other one I can think of. Like, oh no, Stevie Ray Vaughan and Eric Gales. That's another one.
Okay.
So yeah, like Charlie Perry, like more so like the rock and blues guys. Those
Mhm.
those influences show up a lot in my playing. Like those are an active conscious choice that I'm like, oh man, I gotta learn those licks and kind of like find out my own little variations on them and how to incorporate that just in like bits and pieces of my playing. So
Mhm.
those will be the main ones, but there's always a ton.
Okay. Okay. All right. So jazz fusion blends genres.
Mhm.
What styles outside jazz influence your playing?
Ooh, that's a good one. What genres outside jazz influence my playing? That's a good question because I mean, of course, you got the rock. That's the easy answer. I would also say probably a little bit of classical,
Ooh. Okay.
a little bit of classical. Um, I would say mainly because that's kind of course, in that music, film scoring production kind of deal vein that I
Mhm.
studied a little bit, or like offhand, like I would try and listen to a lot of that. And of course I grew up listening to that as well as jazz. My mom was like heavy into me listening to classical, like studying and stuff like that. So I always hear that. Um, and those melodies that they do in classical, it's very underutilized in the jazz space, just because of how it sounds. But I find that it's an easier marriage between what I do and being able to incorporate that in my playing. So I would probably say classical, because I just enjoy learning it as well. It's also a very nice challenge, because that stuff is about as difficult as jazz can be to be able to learn,
Mhm.
especially on a guitar, because classical guitars are some of the greatest guitars on the planet. Some of the ones I can appreciate, but I can't say I incorporate into my playing, is in the same vein as classical, but it's really like flamenco guitar.
Ooh.
I
Yes.
love
Mhm.
flamenco guitar.
Mhm.
Like, I love flamenco guitar. It's some of the greatest instrumentalists on the planet, but I can't say that I can play that at all. Like,
Yeah.
like I don't know how they do it, but they're just phenomenal. And then what else can I probably say? Again, I can't say I actively incorporate it, but I do have a very high appreciation for it. Is country bluegrass guitarists.
Mm.
Yeah, they
Mhm.
are very skilled players as well. So
That glass slide.
Yeah, it's all of that. Like really under the blues umbrella anyway, but as far as like country bluegrass, but I mean the way they do it and that the skill set and the language, how they approach that style is very, very complex. I can definitely. Wasn't a big fan of country all my life, but eventually that kind of opened my mind to it. And like, you know what, man, this is some good music here. If you can get past them talking about the dog dying and the tractors, it's pretty decent.
Right. Yeah, no. You were talking about the classical guitarist, and it reminded me when I was learning to play guitar. My favorite song to play was Malagania.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Flamenco.
Yeah, flamenco. See, that's yeah, and that's another thing is like those Latin styles. Like even I would say I would take more inspiration musically from them than I actually do with playing. So like if I'm writing a song, I can maybe find myself adding more of those styles into my writing more so than actually playing it because of course like flamenco style is you could pick that out like out of anything. So can you get that to fit with what I'm doing is the question, and I think it can be done, but it has to be very intentional about it. But I love the sound of Cuban music. That's what I've been listening to for like the last year. Got a whole Cuban playlist I love listening to, and I adore that music, and it's great. It's great inspiration to listen to, especially because you get tired of like your genre. Like I'm gonna be honest, I don't listen to smooth jazz terribly much these days. I'm always listening to like either pop, what's going on in the popular scene, like what's trendy right now. But then I'm listening to fusion. I'm listening to like a lot of Japanese bands. Some of my favorite those like a lot of Japanese rock bands. I'm listening to like film and orchestra. I'm listening to video game music. I'm listening to all kinds of different genres to see kind of what can inspire me to bring
what's out there.
What's out there, because you listen to the same thing over and over again, you kind of get tired of it and you get pushed into the box. But yeah, my playlist is very diverse, so
yeah, no, I understand.
You got to keep it open, keep your doors open,
you
keep your options open.
Absolutely. Speaking of keeping options open, let's talk about these options of events people have coming up. Let's start off with this one first.
Yes, man. So that one, where we and my father, Quinn Gerard W., will be doing the Sorrente Jazz and Wine Escapes show at the Scott Gertner Rhythm Room in Houston, Texas. So any Texas people, if you're in the chat watching, please make sure you come on out. It's going to be a fantastic show. It's going to be on March 28th. Me and my dad with a guest host, D. Lucas, who's a great saxophone player and a good friend of ours. We're going to have a good time with that one. And I believe last year we did the same thing, and we had, believe it was a nearly sold out show. So guys, make sure you get your tickets. It's going to be a great one for the history books. Let's check that one out.
Right on. It looks like it's going to be a blast.
Yep. And we got this one. This one is going to be later in the year. I'm doing a package I'm going to do a couple packages this year, but this one is with two good friends of mine, Miss Erin Stevenson and BK Jackson. And so we'll be doing the Florida Smooth Jazz Weekend at Daytona Beach, which is going to be great. I'm looking forward to that one. And for those who know this one, it's a very huge event. It's a very nice one that's being put on by Miss Kathy Powers, and that's going to be a fun one. Of course, you can see the lineup. It's pretty packed. Got some heavy hitters on there, so I'm definitely happy to be a part of that one.
Oh wow, Will Downing. Ooh.
Yeah, Bob James, Eric, Gerald Albright, Marcus Miller, Brian Culbertson, Rich Elliott. Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness. And then this one.
Yep. And this is the big one of the year. I will be back at Seabreeze Jazz Festival in 1 month, about a month and a couple of weeks. So this is the second package. This will be the main one that I'll be a part of going forward. This is the TNR Collective, which is a group of all of us friends on the Trippin' in Rhythm label, which is what TNR stands for. And so it's featuring Ryan Lavalette, who's produced one of my biggest hits, BK Jackson, who's, of course, you know, he's played with Prince, as well as Adrian Crutchfield, who's also played with Prince. And we're all on the same label together, and we'll be touring this as a package. And so our first kickoff show will be Seabreeze Jazz Festival. And all of this is going to be so much fun. And I would say get your tickets, but I believe Seabreeze is sold out. So if you want to come check out the reseller links that I believe they have on the official Seabreeze website and Facebook page, if you want to get that one. But if not, they'll be streaming it on Facebook, so people will be able to see parts of that show. And that's going to be a huge one.
Right on. I can't believe it's already time for Seabreeze again. You just did it, if I feel like.
Yeah, 2 years ago, coming up in a month.
Wow.
It just doesn't feel like 2 years. I can't believe it's already been that long. It's amazing how time is flying, man.
Yeah, no, it is flying. And speaking of flying,
you worse than your mom. The way you snuck that in, you worse than her. Oh my gosh! All right,
we're gonna put you in the hot seat just a little bit.
Let's do this. All right.
All right.
Bro,
now the intention is for you to just whatever pops in your head, you answer. Quickest answer you got.
That's a good idea. I don't know. That might get this podcast canceled. All right, let's see.
All right, let's go.
Favorite guitarist. Oh gosh, Charlie Parra.
Okay.
Ooh, a minor 9 chord, or augmented 6.
Okay.
Probably augmented 6.
Okay.
Ooh, every guitarist. Should I go with? I'll say. What's the thing? Co-Move by Dissolve. I'll say that. Studio. Is this like Would You Rather?
Yes.
That's hard. That's hard. All right, give me Live Stage.
Okay. Live Stage for 5.
Give me that's hard because I like them both. They both have their pros and cons, but give me Live Stage.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Yeah. Let me see. One genre I secretly love. I don't know if it's a secret anymore, but I'll just say Cuban music, or I could probably say indie.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah. Let's go indie. Hardest song you ever tried to learn. There's like a ton. I will say this is a part of the song. I haven't tried to learn the entirety, but there's a part that's a keyboard solo that was not meant to be played on guitar that I've been trying to learn for probably the last 5 years. And it's Sky Run by a band called The Endless Sporadic. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's a keyboard synth solo, and it's not meant to be played on any other instrument, but I, of course, have to challenge myself. And I try.
Right, you said challenge accepted.
Yeah. I pretty much got it, but it is so hard.
Right on. That's awesome.
Yeah. Morning practice. Oh, late night easily. That's the only time I practice.
Late night. Okay.
Charts and playing by ear. Easy.
Mm-hmm. All right.
One genre I struggle with. Ooh. I would say straight ahead jazz, but also probably I'd have to say country too, because bluegrass that's such like a different technique entirely than what I'm using, like the chicken picking. Yeah, that's hard. that is hard. I'll go with bluegrass because that's not really what I play.
Okay, last one.
Most underrated guitarist people should know. I don't know if he's classified as underrated, but people should know this guy anyway. Matteo Mancuso. is his name. I mean, he's huge now, but I think probably if you're not on the internet, you may not have ever heard of him.
Right.
He is like, I think every generation has like their guitar hero. So like in the 80s, it was Van Halen. 90s, it could have been what, Slash or somebody. 2000s, probably Guthrie Govan. This guy is probably like the 2020s guitar hero. Like, I mean,
Okay.
he could play anything. Like every genre that I've talked about, he could play it. Like he could play jazz, straight ahead jazz. He could play jazz fusion. He could play country. He could play blues. He could play bluegrass. He could play pop, R&B. Like Neil. I mean, dude, and he's a kid from like Italy, and he plays finger style. And you just see how he moves his. I mean, it's insane, dude. So
I had to check him out. Matteo
Mancuso. Yeah.
Mancuso.
Yeah.
I'll have to check him out.
Yeah, he's for real. Like, I don't know if he's underrated, but he's definitely a guitarist people should know. Like, yeah, he's
okay. You put me on game. I keep game.
Like, even your guitar hero probably has him on his radar. That's how good this guy is. So like,
okay.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Is there a specific guitarist whose tone you still chase?
Yeah, all right. So probably I don't chase tone really. I chase my own tone, not anybody else. Because realistically, it's like no matter how much you somebody always sound like you. My inspiration for the tone, however, there's always going to be a bass line for, and that would more than likely be close to Stanley Jordan. I always loved his tone. He has great clean sound. So if I had to choose clean sound, definitely Stanley Jordan would be an inspiration. Distortion, however, Eric as far as like Khalid and like very distorted sounding guitars, it sounds like very liquidy and wet. Like it's just like it's very pleasing to hear. It's not very abrasive. It's not sharp or anything. So definitely have to go with those two.
Okay. How do you balance technique with emotional expression when you play?
Ooh, that's a great question. That's a very good question. How to balance technique with emotional expression? I think it comes from discipline. I will admit this. There's a tendency to, when you're playing, you tend to play everything. The way I've kind of navigated that when I go, to do solos or play anything is constantly listen to yourself and critique it. That way you kind of build a vocabulary. I know a lot of people will just sit down and practice to build that vocabulary, but the thing is that it really starts from up here. You have to know it to be able to even execute it. And the way I get the knowledge is from hearing like solos that I may have played live or things that I've recorded. And I kind of build a mental vocabulary that I was thinking like, okay, so I know the licks in my fingers, right? But how do I actually take all the stuff that's muscle memory and make something that's actually very compelling to be able to express myself in whether it be a melody or a solo or anything. I'm probably talking about solo context because a lot of muscle memory will take over. Like that's just it. You're on stage, you're excited, you want to play, you want to sound good, but you have to have your brain constantly in the driver's seat with it. And so, that's kind of a deal. So it's really just listening to yourself, keeping mental focus and building a vocabulary to be able to really allow the expressiveness in your playing to take over. And then eventually it'll just become second nature.
Right. I'm peeping this up. I hope you guys are hearing these nuggets, these nuggets of knowledge.
I'm dropping some vibe in here.
Yes, he is. All right. What's something people misunderstand about jazz fusion?
Misunderstand. A lot of it is not too dissimilar from a lot of some of the older smooth jazz, because really realistically it was all kind of like the same thing at one point.
Mm.
The thing is I don't know what people's kind of outlook on what jazz fusion could be. I've heard people say that it's just like a hodgepodge of nothing. It's like it's a lot of everything, but then it's just nothing at the same time. Me personally, I've always loved the sound of jazz fusion because it's a lot of different styles that I already were in love with, all in the one. It's like having a buffet of every dish that you like, and it's like it's all on one tab. You're good. It's like you're gonna love it. I would say a lot of jazz fusion, to answer your question, I would say be open-minded with it and really hone into the freedom that it has. It's a very freeing music because it's not trying to conform to any one genre. It just is. It just is. It is what it is. Like, it's a dialect, it's a sound. That it's a melting pot, but it stands on its own, and it has a lot of creativity that's involved, that's embedded in just the sound of what it is. So it's the best way I can answer the question.
Okay, I feel it. I vibe with it. All right, it's getting to about that time. Can you believe it?
I can't believe it already. I've been yapping your ear off for almost an hour.
Oh, it's fine. You're chill. Your family. Let's see here. We have one more song we can listen to. It is In My Heart. Do you want to tell us about that project and what you want the audience to feel?
So this one, of course, is again on my second album, Boundless. I did this one live at Spaghettini's, and I wrote this tune a while ago, like a couple of years back, and I actually wrote it to be a blues tune. So this is going to be like my first blues song, but I had it sent to a guy, my A&R guy, Jeff Lund, on the label, and he was like, listen, I got a guy that I want to send this to. And he hooked me up with a producer in Dallas named Antona Malbert, and he took that song in the exact direction it needed to go. I didn't even understand what he did with it. And eventually, when I was in the songwriting process with, this new version of a song I wrote, I realized that it needs vocals on it. And so I had a wonderful lady that was featured on the album. Her name was Ms. Jones, and Ms. is what she goes by, and she absolutely did a wonderful job. But of course, she's Dallas based, so I did this show in California, and I needed a singer to sing it. And one of my great friends, who I mentioned earlier, Miss Erin Stevenson, she's California based, so I asked her if she would kindly feature on the song for the live version. So that's who you see, and she did a wonderful job. And I just think it's a beautiful song. It's about love, loyalty, and treasuring the people that you have that's walking right next to you in this journey we call life. So hope you enjoy it. It's In My Heart.
All right, here you go.
I have a special guest that I did not announce for this show tonight. All right, and she is in the building and is going to help lend her voice to this wonderful song and tune. You guys ready for this? I want you to give a warm round of applause to the amazing, the beautiful, the talented, the stunning Miss Erin Stevenson. Come up to the podium.
Hey, everybody. Hey. I see faces, but that's dope, LEMEK. You ready?
This song is called In My Heart, and we all treasure the loved ones we have. So take that message with you tonight. And Miss Erin, take us away.
The one thing that is always on my mind is every step I take, you by my side. is long, but I'm glad I'm with you. With each other when the days are dark and cold. We hold each other close and make it through. That is why I every step and beat, it makes us complete. Just you and me, baby. I love you. I'm glad you're next to me. Whether things go right, whether things go wrong, you're in my heart, and that's why I pray. Just you, baby, I love you. I'm glad you're next to me. Whether things go right, whether things go wrong, you're in my heart, and that's why I pray. Baby, I love you. So glad you're next to me. Whether things go right, whether things go wrong, you're in my heart, and that's why I pray. Baby, I love you. I'm glad you're next to me. Whether things go right, whether things go wrong, you're in my heart, and that's why I pray. Baby, I love you. You're everything to me. Whether things go right, whether things go wrong, we're growing strong, and that's why I pray. That's why I pray. That's why I pray. I love you. I love you. I do. I do. Whether things go right or things go wrong, I pray. That's why I pray. And that's why I pray. Oh, that's why I pray. 'Cause I love you. I love you. Love you. I do. Love you. I do. And that's why I pray. Whether it's right or whether things are wrong, you and me, baby, we're gonna go strong. And that's why, that's why, that's why I pray for you and me, baby. I pray. That's why I pray. Things are right, whether things are wrong. whether things go right, things go wrong, I pray. That's why I pray. And that's why I pray. I pray. I pray.
Give it up for Aaron Stevenson, y'all.
And LEMEK, everybody. This is a beautiful song, friend.
Oh my goodness, that was beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
I'm so glad you guys enjoyed it, and
Yes.
hope everybody in the chat enjoyed that one as well. That's a great song, meant a lot writing it, and I had a great time performing it.
Mm-hmm.
So if you guys pay attention to that Daytona date, you might be able to hear that again live.
You hear that, people?
Tickets now.
Get your tickets. Get them while they're hot.
Yeah.
All right, we have a couple minutes. I want to go through who's coming up next week, and then leave the rest of the floor for you to say any last words for you.
Awesome, for sure.
Okay. All right, so coming up next Friday, we have Pastor Marcus K. Duke hitting the spotlight. So come back next week at 7 p.m. Central Time on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
All right. And the floor goes to you, LEMEK.
Awesome. I just want to say thank you so much, first of all, to Kat Carter and her lovely daughter Cheryl for having me again. This is, I think, year 3 I've been doing this, and it's always a great time to come back and have some great conversations. This year, I've got a few dates on the schedule and currently in the works of adding a few more. So please go to my website. Currently, it is at LEMEK Yisrael Music. That is LEMEK YISRAEL music.com. You can go to the performance date schedule and you can see every place that I'll be performing at this year. As I add more, they will be updated on the site. You can also stay tuned to my social medias, my Instagram page at LEMEK Music on Instagram, and LEMEK Israel Artist on LEMEK-Artist on Facebook. You can follow me there, as well as LEMEK Yisrael on Facebook. It's my personal page. You can follow me at as well. Subscribe to my YouTube page, YouTube at LEMEK Official. You can find any updates or any videos that you may have seen tonight. You can find those there. And I'll also be on TikTok as well this year, be getting that up and running on LEMEK Official. So make sure that you stay tuned to that, and you can keep updates and tabs to see where I'm playing at, and I'll be posting any more updates as far as album releases, because I'll be working on my next album, and I'll be dropping some sneak peeks and tidbits and things throughout the year in regarding to that. So that's what I have for you, and thank you guys so much for having me.